PMAC back. He's back, baby. For a brand new PMAC Movies haul video. Take a look in the description section for ways that you can help out the channel, including all you gotta do is hit the like. Helps out with recognition of the videos or whatever, the algorithm as they say. But we're gonna take a look at another haul video. We're gonna take a look at MVD's sale, their around Thanksgiving time sale. What's going on outside? Something. A Kino sale, which I just got a few. And then Grindhouse Video had a sale. It's interesting how some of these smaller businesses that sell movies, they're having some interesting sales. I think Grindhouse was weaker than some of the other ones, like Orbit. I think the prices were probably a little bit better from like Orbit. But Diabolic DVD had a sale. I think I bought a few from... I've been able to get some pretty decent boutique stuff here recently. So we'll take a look. We'll take a look, baby. It's gonna be huge. Trust me, it's gonna be huge. Then we're gonna take a walk around the movie room. As I've been ordering stuff, the stuff has been piling up and it needed to be put on the shelves, and I haven't gone through the whole thing. I only think I got over here to like the... Did I even get to the G's maybe? Or the H? I can't remember. I got somewhere over here as far as putting my new stuff up. So putting my new stuff... I've taken some stuff off that doesn't really need to be on the shelves. Oh, PMAC's never going to watch it. And it doesn't... It's not like a... My shelves are getting to be more solid as far as... It's going to be harder to find movies that don't deserve a spot on the shelves. So anywho, it's fun. It's fun. But I just have bins and bins of movies. And, you know, there is space in here where I could put in do some things as far as putting some like spinning racks, like that hold a lot of movies. I think they're like $200 each. I could probably put a couple of those in here. And, there's some other options, putting shelves like back to back in some areas is another option. So I'll take a look. But yeah, lots of bins. There's people talking outside, interrupting PMAC Movies. Anywho, let's take a look at what I got recently here. Like I said, there's a few other odds and ends. I don't know if I showed this one off. I might have showed it in the previous video. I think it's been a little while since I made a haul video. Or I mean, like Babylon 5. I might have showed this, Maltese Falcon. I got it a little while ago, so it probably was in my last video. But that was a cool one to be able to get very affordably. I did get... Hamilton Books screwed me out of this, as I talked about in my last video. I did end up getting a used copy of Messiah of Evil on Amazon because it dropped to a little bit less than $30 for a good condition item. It's a little bit dinged up, the slip box, and it did say that the disc had scratches on it, and it does, some light scratches, which was apparently an issue that really plagued this release, as far as scratched discs. I was reading on the Bluray.com message board regarding this release, and people did say, it's a decently significant scratch. I don't think that these scratches will affect playback, but we'll see. But, the one I got from Hamilton Book would have been brand new. It's, you can watch my previous video about it. It's just, I don't even want to relive it again. Gets PMAC all upset. Messiah of Evil, no! Never even seen the movie before. I don't need to care that much. There is a new release of this coming out, which I think will probably be a topic of a upcoming video that I make. I'll be taking a look at and talking about that, I suspect. So, Some other odds and ends I got from Goodwill. I snagged up Grace Point. I believe this ended up just being the 10 episodes that we have here on this. Put out by Fox. It is a manufacturer on demand sort of thing. It's it's those sort of discs. So I saw this for $3. I figured it was probably something that I wouldn't be able to find too often. And I believe it's a remake of the British series that, I heard that this one wasn't that great, but the British series is. I forget the name of it. I have seen the first season. I, of course, own the Blu-ray, but I can't think of what it's called. Moving on. eBay. There was an eBay seller who had a deal where it was buy one, get one. And I was able to get these 2 seasons. I think before tax, they were less than $10. After tax, it might have pushed them up over $10, possibly. We have His Dark Materials Season 3, which actually I didn't realize there's actually stickers on the slipcover, but it was brand new. There is no digital code for this release, interestingly, but it seemed to be fine and in new condition. They did ship it in just like a plastic bag, and it's not in wonderful condition, but what can you do? It was like $9 or whatever. And then I was hoping that the digital code for Naomi was still good, but as you can see, it actually expired in September. I didn't realize that this had been out long enough for it to expire. I probably wouldn't have even made this purchase had I known that. But still, I mean, it was still a good deal to be able to get these for less than $10 each. I don't know the exact price. I'd have to look on my eBay account, I suppose. It really wouldn't be that hard to look it up, but we're not gonna do that right now. Moving on, small Kino order. I wanted enough to get free shipping, of course. Firstly, a movie that I really knew nothing about. The cover of it looked interesting. I looked into the movie, and it actually sounded pretty good. It is a French movie presented by Luc Besson. It is Kamikaze here. Kind of intriguing looking cover there. Really no minimal about it. Like I said, has a slippy dippy from 1986, 90 minutes. It's considered a sci-fi comedy thriller. So there's that one. Now I know the 4K of this is out, but I'm not going to pay $8 extra for the 4K when the Blu-ray has a slipcover. I read that the transfer is very solid. It's from a 4K scan. I went ahead and got the Blu-ray edition of The Longest Yard starring Burt Reynolds, which I don't believe I have on any format. You know, you look at, at least me, I look at value. You got the Blu-ray, you got the 4K Blu-ray. Is the Blu-ray, do I need to pay $8 extra to get the 4K? In my opinion, no. It's not that, the quality difference isn't big enough for me. You know, what may make it tempting for me is if I got and actually sold the 4K disc, something like that, and sold the slipcover. And then you end up with a freebie, baby. Maybe I should have gotten the 4K. I'm talking myself into it. I don't know if this is the best price this had ever been. I think maybe it had gotten this cheap before. But I was waiting for this to go down in price, and it just hasn't really gotten that cheap. So I believe it was $39.99. It is Kolchak, The Night Stalker, the complete series. I do have the DVD of this, which you can get for very affordably, but I wanted the Blu-ray. Considered a kind of a classic TV show. It didn't last super long. Maybe 20-ish episode. Yeah, all 20 episodes. I have the movies, which I enjoyed. I wanted it to be cheaper. I wanted it to wait, but I mean, it was just, it was taking a while, and at some point you pull the trigger, you look around, you see Amazon's got it for over $60. I think there was no place other than Kino sale that you could get it for cheaper than $60. So I paid the $39.99 and I beered Kolchak. I did buy some others from Kino. They are on the shelves. We are going to take a walk over to the shelf after I show everything else off, because we got a few things over on the shelf that we got to take a look at here. I don't know. Maybe I showed this last time too. There's been a lot of issues with the Disney Movie Club. They were down there for like, was it like 2 weeks? It was quite a while that it said there was some issue with their distributor or something. I don't even know totally. But I had pre-ordered some of these Disney Plus Steelbooks back in September. My Mandalorian 4Ks still haven't shipped. I know some people have shipped and gotten theirs, and some people hasn't shipped yet. So I don't know exactly what's going on with the Mandalorian 4Ks. It may be an opportunity for me to get the Blu-ray DVD combos for a discount. I mean, hopefully they didn't like oversell the pre-order. That would be pretty stupid of them to do that. But you know, with like Indiana Jones, the new Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, I don't have my Disney pre-order of that, and that was released last week. I think that's a legit complaint, Disney Movie Club. But anyway, we'll worry about that, but some other time. But we got WandaVision. Is this a complete series? I think they're done with this. WandaVision is a complete series, which was solid. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was solid. The price that they're selling these for is just unbelievable. I would not pay the $40 or more. That's just for the Blu-ray, for the 4K, more than $40. I mean, I think I ended up paying like $18 for it. And to me, that, you know, that's probably about right for it. So yeah, we got WandaVision. How many episodes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess 9 episodes, it looks like. 321 minutes. So it's basically like, what, about 3 movies-ish? I guess you could say it's worth $40. I thought it was solid, but I wouldn't pay that much for it. It's interesting that they put these all out on Steelbooks too. I don't know if they even release them in non-Steelbook editions at this point. So interesting way of doing it. Let's take a look at what I got from Grindhouse Video. They were having a few deals. It seems like these boutique sellers are making deals with some of these companies. And then on top of it, they had a buy 2, get 1 deal. So let's take a look at the buy 2, get 1. I believe this is out of print. I was interested in this from, I think Ronin Flicks had this for quite a bit. I wouldn't say quite a bit more than what I paid, but more than what I paid. It is Sword of the Valiant. Probably horrible. This ended up being $10 with the buy 2, get 1 deal. Also, for the buy 2, get 1, I heard good things about this. Savage Streets. Let me know about this movie, because I know nothing about it. It's a Code Red release. I figured for $10, it looked like one of the better ones I could get. And then I had a lot of trouble finding a third one to pair with those. And I ended up with a Kino Lorber Scorpion release here of Gary Busey and Eye of the Tiger. Read enough good things about it that there wasn't that great of options, honestly, here. So I wanted the other two, especially Sword of the Valiant, because I like, you know, fantasy type stuff, even though it's probably horrible. But so those three, those were my buy 2, get 1. These ended up being like $10 each. I did get, so this one I don't think was part of the Diabolic Synapse sale. At least I couldn't find it on there. I don't remember seeing it on there. So I went ahead and got it from Grindhouse Video. It sounds like like a giallo type of thing here, like an 80s giallo, pretty solid. It is curtains here on Blu-ray, so glad to be able to get that. I think it was only like $12 or $12.50, something like that. And another Synapse one that I realized I should have gotten from the Diabolic DVD sale, because although it doesn't sound like the greatest movie, it is a Hammer movie, and I do want to get them all on Blu-ray. So for $15, we got the Hammer Horror Collection, Countess Dracula. Hammer Horror Collection. So I did want to get all these, all the Hammer Horror ones. This is another one I realized I wanted after I placed my Diabolic DVD order. I think I probably paid a small amount more for it from Grindhouse Video. If it was more, it wasn't like much more. Just gotta check on Layla here. It is the Big Time Gambling Boss. Now this is Radiance Films, but it's not one of their limited editions. They must have sold out of the limited edition of it, so this is like a regular edition. You can tell it just has the disc in there. There's no booklet. Would have preferred the booklet, but what can you do? From 1968, 95 minutes. Big Time Gambling Boss. Read good things about it, and I wanted it. And then I think, lastly, from Grindhouse Video, we got The Untold Story. Not sure if this will be up my alley, but read pretty good things about it. It is written by and starring Danny Lee, who is also in Dr. Lamb, another one I bought, directed by Herman Lau, who did Ebola Syndrome and Taxi Hunter, both movies that I have. So we'll see. I also read that this, I don't know if the release overall is better, but I believe I read that this version is actually better than the 88 Films UK edition. It might just be like the transfer. I'm not sure about special features. I can't totally remember details, but I read enough good things about the Unearthed Classics release of this that I wanted to get the Unearthed Classics release rather than the 88 Films UK one. And this brings us to MVD. So I bought from the, the MVD site. They had, very good prices for most of this stuff. Actually, I wonder if I can pull up the prices. Now, here's the issue. They did $8 shipping, which I thought, I was getting like 12 things. It's kind of not great, but it could be. These are very good prices. However, like, within minutes after I placed my order, I saw that Ollies.com was having the same sale, and if you spent over the amount that I spent, if I spent that amount there, I would have gotten free shipping. So I basically got screwed. You could see it both ways. You could say I screwed myself out of $8, or I got screwed out of $8. And Oldies is doing MVD's customer service. They're doing MVD shipping. So either way, you're getting them from Oldies. But if you ordered off the MVD site, you're paying the $7.99 shipping fee. Bullshit to me. I emailed them about it. They weren't budging, and I'm done wasting my time with it. But still good deals. So let's take a look at what I got, because I do got some other things to do. Let's get through this. We got Desperate Hours with slipcover. It is a Michael Cimino film. I didn't realize that. This is only a 2-day rental, apparently, so I'm going to have to send this back. This has got Anthony Hopkins, Mickey Rourke. It is 105 minutes. I said I wanted to look up the prices I paid for these, because let's see if I can find MVD. Let's see. How easy is this going to be to find? And their customer service was weird, too. They were like, first they didn't respond at all. Then they were like going back and forth with me, like, how do I want to say it? Just like kind of weird. Like at some point I was just like, I just want to move on. You're not going to do it. I just want to move on. And then he kept responding. But So Desperate Hours, I do have the prices here. It was $7.99. Actually, the two most expensive ones that one of them, I guess I wasn't sure if it was going to have slip. I thought it would. And then one that I thought for sure it would, because I thought it was a recent release. I paid $11.99. Those were the ones that didn't have the slipcover, the most expensive ones. Interesting, but can't lose sleep over it. Maybe a little bit. We got Alec Baldwin in Miami Blues, which I believe this is another one that Radiance put out in the UK, but glad to be able to get the MVD Rewind collection. Also, Jennifer Jason Leigh was in this. No very minimal about the movie. A cop movie, it looks like. 97 minutes. 1989. And how much was Miami Blues? It was $8.99. This one I think might be more of a recent one. 2022. It's got that kid from Freaks and Geeks in it. It is $527.77 with slipcover. This was very affordable. Sci-fi obsessed teenager Pat Johnson finds himself torn between making 8mm film sequels to his favorite movies and pursuing the girl of his dreams. Interesting. I'm not going to read the whole back, but it sounded good. Sounded pretty good, actually. $5.99 for that one. This is a movie where I had passed on it before. They did kind of mess up the slipcover by using rubber bands around it for some reason. They put rubber bands. I mean, it's not like a prized possession or anything, but it does look like the slipcover would have been good if they didn't do that. Anyway, it is Final Justice here. A movie that it would have had to have gotten really cheap for me to want it. And I believe it was probably, $4.99. I figured for $5, MVD Rewind Collection. You must beer, baby. You must beer, baby. He looks like he's drank some beers in his day. Probably never bought a Blu-ray, though. Up next, we have Liar's Moon. This was also very, very affordable. We have Matt Dillon. I don't know who Cindy Fisher is, but she's in this. 90 minutes from 1981. And how much money did you cost? $4.99 for Liar's Moon. Very, very cheap. When did this even come out? 2022. So not a big seller, apparently. Then we have John Candy and Canadian Bacon with slipcover, 95 minutes. This movie is from 1995, according to the back. Michael Moore directed this. Is that like Michael Moore? Kevin Pollak's in this. Rip Torn. Canadian Bacon. How much did that cost? $5.99. Beer Me. This is one that I remember Hamilton Book having, and it was not cheap. Like, it was several dollars over the $10 mark. It is The Banker with Robert Forster. I was pretty excited to get this one. This is a code red, apparently, which I didn't actually realize that. I thought it was like an MVD one. I'm just seeing that now, but it's back to the 80s horror with this 1989 crime thriller. Who else is in this ensemble cast? Richard Roundtree. This looks like a cool one, actually. The Banker. How much did The Banker cost? With slipcover, mind you. $4.99. $4.99. Shipping kills the deal. Gotta get the negative in there. Then we have a movie that I had never heard of, but I looked into it. Sounded pretty good. It is The Chocolate War here on Blu-ray. It is 100 minutes from the MVD Rewind Collection. The movie's from 1988. The Blu-ray, where's the copyright? 2022. So another one that must not have sold very well, because I think this was pretty affordable. Oh, this one was a little bit more expensive, actually. $8.99 for The Chocolate War. Pricey Chocolate War, but we got a slippy. Now here's where we get to the non-slippies. This was $11.99. Definitely worth it if it had the slipcover. Probably still worth it. A movie that I've been interested in for a while. Scream Factory released it. Too expensive. But, you know, a little disappointed I didn't get the slipcover. But what can you do? It's the same movie on the disc, mind you. It's the same movie on the disc. Let's be honest. And at some point, you're going to die, and it's not going to matter if this had a slipcover or not. That's the reality. 84 minutes. David Nutter directed this. He must have got made fun of when he was a tyke. James Marsden is in this one. Katie Holmes and Nick Stahl. Heard good things about that movie. This one I was very disappointed that it did not have the slipcover. I thought this was not out for that long. It's a 2022 release. I guess it was probably a popular seller because it has Nicolas Cage in it. It's Vampire's Kiss. It even, it's like coming apart there on the front. Vampire's Kiss, definitely. This was one I was like, I'll pay the $11.99 to secure a slipcover. But, I mean, that's the reality, I guess, of movie collecting to a degree, movie buying. And it does look like it got rewrapped, too. I better, like, make sure this isn't, like a return or something with a scratch disky. That would really... $11.99. It's all wrinkly on the front. It does have the poster. The disc looks totally perfect. And I actually like the reverse artwork probably more, but, I'll leave it like that for now. We got like a cheap little poster in here. Nothing to write home about. Pretty flimsy. But Vampire's Kiss. You know, wish I didn't get that one, but that's the name of the game. This is big time movie buying. You buy a lot of movies, you're gonna miss on some. You're gonna hit. Oh, PMAC's gonna hit on a lot, and then he's gonna miss on some. But you know, I didn't have all the information. You don't know if it has a slipcover or not. This one was a little bit more expensive too. Was hoping this would have a slipcover at $8.99. It did not. It is Men at Work. Another one that was probably pretty popular. Written and directed by Emilio Estevez. Also, his bro, Charlie Sheen, baby. But to be able to get these for very cheap, it's still beer me season here. And then I think wasn't this like a TV movie? I had looked into this before when it was pretty affordable. I think this was the most affordable it has ever been. It is Monday Morning here on Blu-ray. Guess how much it was? $4.99. The Blu-ray Collector's Edition. No Slippy. Kind of surprised this didn't have a slipcover too, but at least it's not like the rewrapped package like Men at Work and Vampire's Kiss. They look to be in pretty good shape, though. I haven't opened all of them, obviously. But Monday Morning... I had passed on some of these before, but when they get down that cheap, you must beer and ask questions later. That's why I have bins and bins of movies to sell. Let's walk over. We're in the PMAC Movies movie room. We're going to walk around a little bit. No, this is not my whole movie collection. Oh, actually, this room is not even close to my whole collection because I have so many effing bins of movies. We got this wall. Yes, there is a little bit of room there because I want a little bit of space for when I add things into the room. There's a little bit of space. I had to take off a lot of stuff, but then we got like these over here. Which a bunch of these have to go up on the shelves, working on alphabetizing things. And then we have this over here, this corner. Look. Okay, and then we got a this closet here. Bins and bins and bins and bins of movies. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's probably 12 to 15 bins of movies in this closet. Trust me. Trust me. And then there's this crap over here. And then there's down cellar. And then there's at my parents' house. I got a problem. And there's some box sets there. Some box sets up top there. So, But, I mean, it's a ton better than it was here. It's a ton better than it was, and it puts me in position to be able to kind of organize stuff well enough to sell it here eventually. But I came over to this corner. This it starts with the numbers A, B, C, and so on. D, E, F is over here, and then F starts back up over there too. There's, you know, F continues. But there's a few movies over here that I purchased recently that I wanted to share. Plus, you know, you can see a little bit more of the movie room. We got After Dark, My Sweet, which I had gotten into kind of like noirs, neo-noirs, and this sounded like a good one from Kino, $9.99. Beer me, Kino, beer me. That one actually has a few little scratches on the disc. Never hurts to complain. They usually do something for you, so maybe I will, but I haven't. Now, this wasn't cheap. This was like 26 bucks almost. I had kept my eye on this a little bit. It had been over 30 for quite a while. I was interested in the movie, but when it dropped down to 25 something, 90 or whatever, I decided to go ahead and get a Bronx Tale here on Blu-ray. Of course, Amazon got it to me in mint condition. Of course, Amazon wouldn't give you an item that isn't mint. Silly goose. So we got a Bronx Tale there. Gotta watch that eventually. 4K. I believe that's only the 4K disc. No Blu-ray in there. For 26 bucks. Getting screwed. I'm the one who bought it, though. And then we have Death Wish 5. I'm not getting all these Death Wish movies, the Vinegar Syndrome and stuff like that. But Death Wish 5, I did not have on anything. Now, I already have the Death Wish Blu-ray Steelbook from Paramount, which I have right here, but I'm not going to pull that out because I don't want to drop things all over. And I also have this, which was very, very affordable. Even, I think I got a copy of this at the Dollar Tree also for $1. So I have 2 copies of this. One of them for sale or trade. Death Wish 2, Death Wish 3, Death Wish 4. I don't need other editions of these unless they're dirt cheap. I don't need beautiful editions of the Death Wish movies. I am fine with my cheap Blu-ray set. It does the job. I think that was actually all I've put over here so far out of the new stuff. I might be missing a thing here or there out of what I've gotten recently, but that was a large majority. And we're already over 30 minutes. So we got to close this out. It's been fun. We'll see you next time on PMAC Movies. Don't forget, hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment. I appreciate it. I try to get back to everybody eventually, especially if you leave your comment, you know, the first little while after I've uploaded the video. Sometimes people will comment on old videos, and then, you know, if I don't comment back right away, it kind of gets lost. But I try to get back to everybody, and I do appreciate the feedback. We'll see you next time. PMAC Movies, baby.